It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. Game 3 brings us our first change of scenery, but what hasn't changed are my colleagues. At home in any arena, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And the series being hosted in Indianapolis for tonight's game, as the Pacers will be going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Checking out the Clippers, staggered after a resounding Game 2 loss, they'll try to regain their confidence and reclaim some momentum here in this vital Game 3. These finals certainly have been full of surprises so far, but now this team finds themselves in a deep hole. Is this essentially a, as they say, must?
One of the most important monuments in the nation, the War Memorial. Listen up. A 2-0 start to the finals. Things could change direction here in Game 3. 2K Sports brings you NBA playoff action. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's the Los Angeles Clippers facing the Indiana Pacers. Look at Indiana. Their confidence peaking right now after winning the first 2 games on the road. They're right where they want to be.
And winning the first 2 games away from home has put them in an incredible advantage. They just need 2 more wins, and they'll be the NBA champs.
And guys, the fans know it. I mean, they can sense how close it is, and they're letting their guys hear it. I mean, it's going to be a tremendous atmosphere in here all game long. There's nothing quite like the NBA Finals.
And the Clippers starting 5. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. And it's Pierce in at the 3 spot. Now here's Paul. Picked by Griffin. Back to Paul. 6 to shoot. Shot off the screen. And he gets it to go.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
That's good.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
And here is Los Angeles now. It's a 3-point game. They want to put some distance between them and the loss on Monday.
Yeah, they just caught a team, Kevin, that was in a zone, and they didn't have the manpower defensively to disrupt them.
Hey, zone or no zone, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed. I mean, they never strung together any stops like they needed to. And the offense, I mean, 3 or 4, a solid start for this game.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. In the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. Here's Bennett. Ellis outside. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Doubled by Crawford. Shot by Bennett, no good. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Crawford, no one around him. Second chance shot. And Griffin with the layup. Griffin's got his first basket of the night.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Ellis, that's good.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Knocks it loose. And stolen by Bennett. A finish. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Now here's Paul. He has 6. Here's the screen. Back to Griffin. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Crawford, no luck. Pacers leading by 4. Here's Bennett. Some solid D from Paul.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Crawford with the ball. Now defended by Bennett. Takes a 3. Crawford missing again. For Indiana, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. George, no good.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's good.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Bennett dishes to Allen. Ellis wide open. And the three off target.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. And here is Los Angeles now, trailing by 2. Good. Pierce has got his second bucket of the night.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Here's Hill. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
And then Allen slams it in.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no line in those totals.
Now here's Paul. He's got 6. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, I caught up with Doc Rivers for a minute. He said that before the game, he told his team to hit the reset button, saying, I want us to forget about those first 2 games. We just need to focus on what is ahead, not what is behind us. And if we can do that, we can still come away champions. We'll see if they can focus forward, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Turner's checked in for Hill. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Redick is checked in. Jordan the pass to Paul. Picked by Griffin. Off the screen, and he goes in for the dunk.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pacers?
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Solomon Hill comes in for George. And George Hill's subbed in for Monte Ellis.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Now here's Johnson. Screen by Dallenberg. Paul kicks to Dallenberg. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Wow, what a clever pass that time by Chris Paul.
Allen left side. Hill kicks to Bennett. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Johnson can't get it to go. Pacers leading by 5. Hill kicks to Bennett. It's back to Hill. There's the dish to Bennett. Griffin on the double team. It's tipped. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. Look at this.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Griffin with it. 6 points for him from outside the arc. And it's Johnson again missing. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Can't finish off the line.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Paul kicks to Griffin. Screen by Dallenberg. And the wide open shot from Redick. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Now just a 1-point Pacer lead. And on the screen now is the 2K leaderboard with the rundown of this postseason's assist leaders. Freak number 1. Second, Chris Paul. So it's the Pacers now. Bennett in at point guard. Hill is out there with Turner. Then it's Ellis, and it's George in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And Bennett throws it down.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this, though.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
George dishes to Hill. Here's Bennett. Gets it to fall from the right block. Bennett's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And it's Paul penetrating. Pierce wide open. He fires. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
Here's Bennett. And Hill throws it down.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
Here's Bennett. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing. Talk about some great numbers for Bennett. 15 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
Indiana leading on the wing, Ellis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Hill. That is his first foul of the game.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was so on fire.
And stolen by Bennett by himself.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
To stop the run. Count it, and the Pacers lead has been cut down to 4 on the bucket from Paul.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Hill. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Pierce with a screen for Paul. Terrific. Design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Paul's got 4 points in the quarter.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Outside, Pierce. It's up a 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Feeds it to Bennett. Outside, George. Expanding his range. Shot by Bennett, no good. Clippers trail by 7. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Clippers delivered quite a performance. He finished with 54 points, and that was just the start of it, notching a triple-double for his effort in what was quite a display from him. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who they're in. Was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
On Donald Sloan's checked in for the Pacers. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Johnson. Jordan the screen. Paul left side. Plenty of space. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. And 12 points for Chris Paul.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Pass to Crawford. Knocked loose and stolen by Bennett. Goes up. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Jamal Crawford picks one up.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those in this game could be over.
Allen's checked in for Turner. And the Clippers making a change here as well. J.J. Redick's checked in for Pierce. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through Pierce. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Paul kicks to Crawford. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Crawford's got his first 2 points of the night. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. Hill comes in for Donald Sloan. Bennett kicks to Hill, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Pacers lead by 14.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Screen by Dallenberg. Shot clock at 6. Redick with the 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Bennett with it. He's picked up by Paul. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. That's tipped. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
The drive by Paul, and that one's good. Paul's got 14.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
To the paint, here's Griffin. The pass to Dallenberg. Excellent D there from Hill. Pacers leading by 11. Here's Bennett. They get it back. Hill kicks to Bennett from downtown. No luck.
And you can learn a lot about rebounding by watching this guy. Look at the fundamentals there on the box out.
Paul outside. He feeds it to Griffin. 13 feet away. No luck.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And we've reached.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
And we're set to get started again for the next bit of action in this Game 3. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in at the small forward position. Uncovered. Allen with the rebound.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
Mark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum. And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category. That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Crawford passes to Jordan. Crawford drives in. Shoots. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot. Pacers leading by 17. Doubled by Crawford. Right side George. They set the pick. And it's Bennett in the corner. The shot will not go. Good work defensively by Paul.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Pass to Crawford. Paul dishes to Griffin. Poked loose. Passes it to Jordan. Stolen by Allen. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Finishes the Freak with a slam.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Ellis. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for that story, Doris.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean talk that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
Paul goes in, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too. You know, Paul is playing really well. 19 points and 7 assists. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
My man, a night to remember. No doubt about it.
Pierce with it. Picked up by Ellis. Pierce kicks to Paul. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Griffin. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Pacers leading by 11. Okay, time now for an injury report. Now an update on DeAndre Jordan from Doris Burke. Doris, what'd you find out?
Guys, the head athletic trainer for the Clippers provides...
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. That's tipped and stolen by Bennett. All alone, throws down the breakaway jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Crawford. No good. So Indiana will take it the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Back to Ellis. Dishes it to Bennett. Indiana moving the ball around. Nobody near Allen. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
Here's the pass to Jordan. 4 on the shot clock. Crawford drives in. Here's the teardrop. Rebounded by Ellis.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers. It certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Paul kicks to Griffin. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme. Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
And stolen by Bennett. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been stellar.
Yeah, really good. I mean, extremely well coached, fluid, efficient. Man, it's been a lot of fun to watch. The points just keep piling up because they've been such a well-oiled machine.
Lets it go from the wing. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Bennett's got 39.
And all of a sudden, you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting everything to drop and at an ideal time. I mean, they're poised for a terrific crunch time run here.
Paul with the 3. The Pacers pull it in. And it's the Pacers ball. They're on a 14-4 run. George against Reddick. George dishes to Bennett. From 15 feet away, the shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists now tonight. L.A. has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Paul outside. The 3. Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
And taken away by Paul. Ball going up court. And the shot is good from Johnson. Johnson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang.
Some changes for Indiana. Hill is checked in for Allen. Pacers leading by 23. Bennett is in at the point. Allen is out there with Paul George. Then it's Hill, and it's Ellis, and at the 2. So that's the group out there for Indiana.